Hey, hello, what's up everyone? In this video, I'm going to teach you about what happens when Venus is sitting in the third house of D10 chart or the Samsa chart in Vedic Astrology. So before beginning, if you guys not subscribed to my channel, please subscribe to my channel, hit the bell icon and click the like button. And if you guys have any doubt after watching this video, please do mention that in my below comment section, okay? And yes, please like and follow my Facebook community page Parikshith Astrology also. So let's begin. So mainly, what do you mean by the third house of the Samsa chart or the D10 chart? See, third house of the D10 chart or the Samsa chart represents your colleagues. It also represents your co-workers or colleagues, both are the same. Now, it also represents your communication. So, how do you communicate with your colleagues in your career or in your workplace can be seen from the third house of D10 chart or the Samsa chart. Now, it also shows your hard work. It also shows your ability or your talent that you show in your workplace or in a professional area of life. So these are all things can be seen from the third house of D10 chart or the Samsa chart in Vedic astrology. Now, what happens when Venus is sitting in the third house of D10 chart or the Samsa chart? Now, what does planet Venus represent? See, planet Venus represents luxurious life. It also represents ladies, especially in a man's chart. It represents your spouse. It also represents love, romance, etc. Normally, generally, I'm speaking. What are the results that you'll get when Venus sits in the third house of D10 chart or the Samsa chart? Now, see, these people will love to talk with the ladies in their workplace, especially if Venus is sitting in the third house of D10 chart or the Samsa chart. Now, suppose if Venus is in a very great sign, especially in a friendly sign or exalted sign, or in own sign or multricon sign, that shows that these people can flirt with their colleagues, especially the ladies. Okay, so it also shows that these people will be having artistic abilities or artistic talent, like singing, dancing. They might be interested towards acting, so in the field of drama or entertainment. Now it also shows that these people loves to talk in a very sweet manner, and these people will not talk in a very hard way. It also shows that these people will talk with their boss in a very sweet way. Why? Because the Venus will be aspecting to the ninth house through its seventh aspect. Ninth house shows boss in a workplace, especially in the Samsa chart or the D10 chart. Now, what happens when Venus is sitting with other planets like benefic planets and malefic planets? Now, coming to the benefic planets. Now, what happens when Venus is sitting with the benefic planets like Moon, Mercury, and Jupiter? Now, coming to the planet Moon. Now, what happens when Venus is with planet Moon? Now, what does planet Moon represent? It signifies your happiness. It also signifies your mind, your emotions. So, when Moon and Venus are sitting in the third house of D10 chart or the Sun chart, that shows that you love to talk with your colleagues by showing your emotions, by showing your expressions and all. Now, what happens when Venus is conjected with planet Jupiter? Now, what does planet Jupiter represent? See, Jupiter represents your advisors, your guru, your teacher, your counselors. It also represents money. It also signifies anything related to the education or anything related to the banking stuff. And also when Jupiter and Venus are sitting in third house, that shows that these people can be working in a banking sector, or these people can be working as a teacher. These people can also work as accountant also. Now what happens when Venus is with malefic planets like Sun, Mars, Saturn, Rahu and Ketu? Now when Venus is with Sun, Mars, Saturn, Rahu and Ketu with malefic planet, that shows that these people will find very hard or will be having some difficulty while communicating with their colleagues in their workplace, because Venus is afflicted here and third house also afflicted here. Now, what happens when Venus is with planet Sun? Now, what does planet Sun represent? See, planet Sun represents king. It represents government. It represents politics. It also represents fatherly figures. It also represents your boss in your workplace. So, when Sun and Venus are sitting in third house, that shows that your boss can be lady. And it also shows that when you communicate with your boss or when you communicate with your lady, you might be having some trouble there, so be careful. Okay, it also shows that you might also want to dominate in your workplace by communicating with your colleagues. Now what happens when Venus is conjuncted with planet Mars? Now what does Mars represents? It represents engineering things. It also represents aggressive nature. So when Mars and Venus are conjuncted in third house of the D10 chart or the Sun chart, that shows that these people will communicate with their colleagues in a very harsh manner. These people will be having very good technical ideas and all. These people will love to talk about technical things in their workplace and all. Now these people will be very good at engineering things, especially in computer science or developing software, or you can say graphics and all. So these people will be very good at that. Now these people can also become very great athletes also. Now, what happens if Venus is with Saturn? When Venus is sitting with Saturn, now what does Saturn represent? Saturn represents hard work, determination. It also represents your principles. It also represents your patience. So when Saturn and Venus are sitting in the third house, that shows that these people will be interested to talk with the ladies, especially who are older than them. Why? Because Saturn represents old type of people or mature people. Now, what happens when Venus is sitting with planet Rahu? Now, what does Rahu represents? Rahu represents cheating, Maya. Rahu represents like illusion. So when Rahu and Venus are sitting in the third house of the D10 chart or the Samsa chart, it shows that these people might cheat their colleagues by telling lies and all. So these all things can be seen when Rahu and Venus are sitting in the third house of D10 chart or the Samsa chart. Now the careers that can be seen when Rahu and Venus are sitting in the third house are aircraft industry, or these people can be interested in entertainment field. These people can be interested in travel industry. These people can be interested in like computer science field. These people in IT sector can be found. It also shows that these people can become very great business person and all. If Venus is with Rahu and Mercury, these people can become very great business person. Now, what happens when Venus is with Ketu? Now, if Venus is with Ketu, that shows that these people does not want to talk with their colleagues, or even though if they want to talk, they might not be that much interested. They will talk a bit and they will just move on, because Ketu represents separation, detachment, isolation, and so on. So yeah, this was my analysis of what happens when Venus is sitting with third house of D10 chart or the Samsa chart, and also with other planets. So this is it for today, guys. If you are new to my channel, please subscribe below, or else I will see in the next video. So if you want a consultancy, please to contact my given below WhatsApp number, or else you can even mail me also. So until and unless, thank you, bye bye, love you, take care.